Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here at Esther 5D Energy. I really enjoyed the interview last week with Cheryl and the Galactic Command. And from your comments, I'm glad that all of you enjoyed it as well. I got some great questions out of that. There were three. One was about the welfare of animals and how we can help them and support them during this time of the shift. The second was about supporting the earth during this time and some of the things that have been going on with the earth. How can we assist her? And the third was about the human body. How can we benefit the human body? When will healing treatments improve with the body? So these three questions left nothing out. And I really enjoyed the synchronicity of that this was a full questioning of everything here. So I don't know exactly what the Galactic Command has to say on any of these issues. I do know that there's many different perspectives of it. There's many different ways of answering these questions. So I will be interested to see how they go about that. I'm going to go into channel now and see what they have to say. I want to thank you for your questions. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your comments. This vessel steps back. And the Galactic Command steps forward. And we thank each and every one of you for listening. We thank you for your questions and your thoughts. We thank you for the love that you have sent this being, for channeling these messages. The first question we will address is the one that came in first, and it was about the animals. And there is a wide variety of ways, perspectives that we could answer this question, as was mentioned before. Knowing that the animals have been part of your survival mechanism here on the earth plane in many ways, providing food, love, more than food, providing clothing. You have used every part of the animal to make things more comfortable for yourselves here. You have also enjoyed their company here as you have looked into the fascinating world of animals, the animal kingdom, their abilities, the intelligence that they have. And you have even made some pets, brought them into your home as they have become easily domesticated and attached to human interaction and enjoying this from their perspective as well. So you see, it is very vast, this intrinsic evolution on the earth, that this connection that you have with them. And of course, you see the stressors that they are under, for their habitats have been limited by human population and pollution. And your evolution here is going to provide solutions for many of the difficulties animals have had in responding to the way things have changed here with the human population. For there was a balance for a long time here, a very proper balance with the indigenous, as they did use some for food and clothing and shelter, but they also respected the animals in a very sacred way. You can see this by their artwork, their practices, their shamanic practices of many different cultures around this earth plane, that there was a balance and a respect with the animal kingdom that you lost for a while, you lost track of. And in the corporatization, we will call it that industrial world that you have invented, that you have manifested here. The using of animals in a very concentrated way to provide large amounts of food for an increasing population has caused an out of balance to take place with nature. There has been a lack of respect in the way that many have gone about doing this. And we see this, and we know that many of you are very distressed by this. But know that in the higher consciousness, as you go forward, there are many coming forward with solutions to that, and they are being implemented. Do they make the news? No, they do not make the news for the most part. If you search, you can find companies that are finding better ways of raising animals, private farms, individuals using organic methods to feed them better food, to treat them better during their lifetime here, and honor this process. Also, your diets are shifting somewhat, and there are many of you that are choosing to use plant-based food. So we honor this as well. You see, each of your bodies is different, and you have to go about providing what it is you need for your body in the way that feels good or makes you healthy. And you may have to experiment with this and try different things. But the animal kingdom, if you send them love and you send them energetically this love, they can feel it. They communicate differently, don't they? They don't have the need for cell phones. They communicate telepathically. So they read energy. They read energy in the field in a way that you can also do, but have not been practicing it. And that is what many of the indigenous would tap into when they would communicate with the animals, when they would find out where they were or what they were doing or how to help them find water. This intrinsic nature, an ability to connect, has not been practiced in the human collective on a regular basis by most people for a very long time. There are those that can tune in, and you speak of them as whisperers, horse whisperers, dog whisperers. There are people that have figured out how to communicate differently with the animals than perhaps some of the more modern ways, we will call it, that have been presented to you. More of a natural way of communication and love. So as more and more people awaken and respect nature and tune into it, enjoy it in many different ways, you may find yourself having many choices on how to support the animals at this time. Energetically is one way that they can feel the love that you have for them. And this is very important because they do read energy. Also, there are many people who have dedicated their lives to volunteering to take care of animals, whether it is in one of those humane society shelter type situations or in their home or simply helping a friend with an animal. You see, there is a variety of ways that you can connect in, and you can show love for them and compassion and compassionate action. And this brings us to our next subject of the earth. The earth itself, and the person that sent the question in was asking about the fracking. It is very invasive. And there are many very invasive ways of providing energy right now that are going on in the earth plane. And there is an allowing, just like the animals, for humans to decide which way they wish to embrace the earth. So these fracking or these drilling for oil or mining for different minerals in different ways are just branches of ways that have been done for many millennia here on the earth. You have dug for minerals, for metals, for a very long time in your human history, going very way back. And the earth has provided everything you have needed here to survive and be creative in the way you build your buildings, in the way that you go about providing energy to make yourselves comfortable here with heat and cooling. The problem is they aren't sustainable with the population you have. And more profit type situations have come up to constantly enrich themselves, not really going into much thought on what it is doing to the earth. So in this situation, the earth itself, if you change the way you're doing it, will respond and heal. And there are many people going all over the earth providing, they call them sacred earth grid work, or practitioners offering love and energetic healing to the earth for not just her, what she has been through, but the energetic imprint of human war, of human trauma all over the earth. And this is being released. There was a time when it would have been very difficult to do this. But now that the earth has shifted and the energy, the frequency of the earth has risen, it is giving up this low energy that it has been storing much easier than it used to. And this work is very effective when you can investigate this, but there are many doing this type of work all over, going to very intense places of war or places of pollution and or past history of this, and releasing the energy there, bonding with the earth in a certain way to show love and to ask that the energy of the earth be returned to its natural state. And there are many different ways that you can do this. And know that these types of invasive procedures, we will call them, on the earth to extract minerals, there has been technology introduced here that is not being used, but will be coming forward, that no longer requires this type of mining. And it will provide energy, renewable energy, for everyone here. And there have been many humans with brilliant ideas that have been suppressed in the past 100 years during this industrialization, that have come up with mechanisms, that cars that run on water. You know, there were ways of doing things that got suppressed by those that wanted to make large amounts of income off of others and enrich themselves in this way. This one Tesla brought forward free energy with electricity that was quickly squashed out by those that preferred profit. This has come to light now in your history. That was buried for a long time. But if you notice, people are backing this now. People are realizing the wisdom of this. And the technology has actually been invented and suppressed. So we would say to the earth herself that you do what it is that you feel in your heart, this connection with her, to send her love as well, for she is energetic. Draw her into your body and allow your consciousness to meld with hers in a very loving, energetic way, and just radiate that love out to her. For this will allow a balancing of the energy for both of you, and a oneness to take place. And quite naturally, in an accelerated way, those things that are there to provide energy for masses of people in the way that you need them now are coming. They're not any longer being suppressed. And we say this in a way that you see governments still suppressing them. You see corporations still suppressing them. But what we mean is the general population is on board with it. They're excited about it. They see the need for it. And so there are many areas that were not of interest to big companies to enrich themselves. There are very poor areas of this earth that were never even considered to be good enough or wealthy enough to afford this type of infrastructure. And we're talking about the big companies that provide internet and electricity and fresh water. There's areas that have been denied by their own governments in their government's inability to navigate the way the system is set up to bring in this type of electrical system grid that you have now. But this leaves a window of opportunity for them to implement the new inventions rather quickly, for they are in a desperate situation. They have nothing to lose by opening themselves up. So energetically, we send these areas love and appreciation for what they're going through. And we open their hearts and minds to the idea of pushing ahead and using these inventions that are there, allowing people that are capable of making them to provide these people with this free type of energy. For in the past, they were left out, you see, of what the modern world, we will say the Western world in many places, has. These modern conveniences of fresh water coming out of the tap, they don't have that. So these other inventions, the ones that don't require a large infrastructure to use, can be made available to places that perhaps, like we say, have nothing to lose in using these. They really don't. And the companies that would perhaps put a stop or prevention in this may not really be that aware or be that interested in these people using this technology. You see, there's quite a separation made in this way of being in some of these corporations, that for maximum profits, certain areas are worth investing in and others aren't. And in this oversight, in this very, we would say, disrespectful way of treating other humans, leaves a window of opportunity for the new stuff to come and to be implemented very quickly and under the radar, so to speak, we will say. So that is what we want to talk about with the earth. And we would say that the earth herself, you could send her healing energy, and just know that this will be brought back to you. Your biology is from the earth. So you are connected here in this way with your body. And as you honor your body and you honor the earth itself, that is honoring both of you together and the animals as well. It is all part of the biology here and the sacredness of this consciousness called the earth plane. Everything is included when you include the earth. And this brings us to the body itself. And the endocrine system was mentioned. And part of your endocrine system, part of your awakening process, is this pineal gland that you have, the third eye, so to speak, and your metabolism, and this connection to how it functions, and your ability to process hormones, to have a metabolism that is balanced. And what you are looking for in your endocrine system is a balance. It's a very intricate balance there. And everybody's body is tuned a little bit differently And that is a bit of a frustration for many of you, for you want one cure, one answer to everything. If I do this, it's going to work. And the millions of people that come behind me, it's automatically going to work. And that there's a bit of weariness in being here lifetime after lifetime and dealing with illness and disease and imbalance in the body with many of the things. You have tests now, machines that show many things going on in the body. And we say take advantage of that. Take advantage of the medical system and the machinery and the blood work they can do for you to let you know when you're balanced and when you're not, or if there's something going on in your body. Allow what humans have invented to help you in this way. For by all means, if you have an accident and you break a bone, they can fix it for you. They can set it. Your body still has to heal it, right? Yes, that's technology that your body has, but they can assist. Excuse me. So we would say that this balance you're seeking in the endocrine system can be looked at from many perspectives. And we honor your journeys, and we see the weariness, the tiredness of trying to find something that works for you and not being successful, saying, oh, that didn't work. I don't know why. So there is a couple of different levels in your frequency. One is a subconscious level that can affect the way that you heal. For subconsciously, there are things and ways of being conditioned from a very young age, or even in your family history from those around you, that will lead you to believe that some things really don't work, or some things work better than others, you see. And there is also that feeling of less than that every human has, not worthy, that is at the core of many of the blocks that you have to moving forward in healing the body, in channeling, in bringing in higher energy that is your own, your higher wisdom, your connection to your guidance system. That feeling of less than has been intrinsic here for conditioned lifetime after lifetime in every human. And we say not one of you has been left out in this. So there is a core energy there that is now being released by many of you moving forward step by step, that you are worthy to be healed. You are worthy to allow your body to heal and balance itself. And this worthiness and this self-love, and we have mentioned this before, loving yourself just as you are and looking at your imperfections, not as imperfections or inconveniences, but simply your body speaking to you. It's communicating with you, and it's also reflecting back maybe subconscious or inner emotions that you've been carrying, not even just in this lifetime, but other lifetimes coming up to be looked at and let go of. So this is a journey that is designed by you before you come. And that is why it is so difficult to say that there is one thing that will work. Each of you designs who you are here. You pick your gender, you pick your location, you pick the challenges that you're going to have in your lifetime. You pick those. And by your emotional state, by your ability to navigate here, the energy in an unconscious state will simply run a program here, and you will be influenced by others and what you see and hear, and these will bring learnings to you. That's why two siblings can be in the same family and have a very different experience, a different way of interpreting the way they were raised, a different effect from the energy that they receive, both from the parents. They could even be very close in age, but they will have a different experience. No two people will repeat the same. They will not look the same, and their bodies will function slightly different. So there are many things that you can try. There is frequency with lights, frequency healing that is coming on board. Now, there are places you can go and get treatment, and different frequencies affect the body differently. Keep an open mind with these types of processes. If you feel this is something you want to try it. Seek it out. There is also herbal medicine, and many of you have tapped into this. There's teas, there's ways of eating certain foods and exercising the body, bending and moving. And it doesn't have to be the bodybuilder. We're talking walking and increasing your circulation. These all help the mind and the body connect in a way that allows for that healing to take place. So we understand there are very serious physical issues with many of you who feel quite ill at times, and we honor the intensity of the way you feel this. And this is not to say that they do not require specific medical attention, but we cannot really recommend anything like that in this way for someone specifically. We can give an outline of the choices that you have, and know that you do have choices that have worked for many people. And there are many people, you will not hear about it on the news, that have actually found success with many of these things. When you talk to your friends, when you talk to others, you may find that these things have worked for them. So perhaps keep an open mind. If what you are doing is not giving you the results that you wish, and you've been doing it quite a while, and you know this not getting better or something's not changing here, you're going to have to shift your way of thinking, your way of looking at the issue and the things that you're doing. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. And we know that you have heard this many times, but this is with the body as well. You've got to allow yourself to keep an open mind and relax. Your body is actually in harmony with you. You have created a conflict there for specific learning, and it is not always, you're not conscious of it. There is a higher part of you that is allowing this to take place. This is not a comfortable conversation for many of you to have, because you feel like you're just being used as an experiment, so to speak. I keep experimenting these things or experiencing these things happening to me, and I don't know why. And we understand and we send compassion to you for this experience and this way of this feeling, and allow it to be there. Allow your frustration to be there, first of all. Don't shove it or push it away. Look at it. I'm very frustrated here. I really am. I'm frustrated with my body. I don't like it right now. Many of you will say this in the back of your mind, but you won't say it up front because you say, oh, I'm not supposed to talk to myself that way. Well, sometimes it's asking to be seen. That very thought. I don't like my body right now. Have you thought that? Most of you have. And then you quickly say, oh, no, I can't. Be positive. But it's there. So look at it. I don't like my body right now. What's going on with my body? I feel like it's happening to me, not for me. How is it happening for me? What am I to learn from this? I don't like this pain. And you start focusing on it very intensely, and allow that to focus on it. And then relax and ask yourself, is this particular issue life-threatening? In this moment, is it life-threatening? Is it uncomfortable? Yes. But is it to the point where I need to go to the emergency room? And if it is, go. But if it's not, relax a minute. Say, wait, am I giving my power away by allowing myself to feel like a victim here? Am I Am I giving my power away? How can I shift that energy there? A feeling like it's happening to me and I have no control over it. Think about that. For you are multidimensional. You have capability to heal. When you cut yourself and you stop the bleeding and you treat the wound a little bit, it heals, doesn't it? And you don't have to every day concentrate on heal, heal, heal. That bruise or that cut, that heals naturally, doesn't it? Your body functions that way with everything. The reason that you get frustrated is you can't see it. You can see it on the skin. You can see it with a bruise. You can see it, witness it healing, and it is amazing. But you can't see what's going on with your glands. You can't see what's going on with your endocrine system. So you assume it's not working. You assume that I still feel the same. It must not be working. Well, many times when you have a cut or a bruise, it hurts for a while, but then it just goes away. And you have confidence that it will, don't you? You kind of look at it every once in a while, wash it off or whatever, but you know it's going to go away. You don't spend all your time worrying about it. You really don't. For the most part, you really don't. So we would like you to relax when you have an imbalance in the body and have confidence. Take your power back a little bit, that your body knows what to do. And by all means, consult a physician and get an x-ray or a test to show you that you're making progress, perhaps. Perhaps that's what you need, is a little confidence when they say, oh, you're doing much better now, you see. And you have choices. You can use modern medicine in certain ways to benefit you. And then later on, shift into something more natural if you prefer later. There can be a combination of ways to treat the body. There doesn't have to be an end-all, be-all solution. There is a variety, just like there's a variety of ways of food. Some people like spicy food. Some people prefer more vegetables. Some people prefer more types of protein like fish or meat. You see, you're allowed to, there's a range there. So take your power back and know that your body does have the process and the means to heal itself. You can see it when you have an injury on the outside of you, but the inside also has that ability to reset itself in many different ways. And instead of assuming that it's not, assume that it's working. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt that, oh, my body knows what to do, even when I'm not constantly focusing on it. Relax. And if you're not actually feeling better, then shift something that you're doing and see if that helps. Shift into a meditation. Go get a test from a doctor and see what's going on there. Allow them to assist you in the ways that they can. And you choose how you proceed forward with that. But know that you have a natural ability to heal. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And you see it on the outside of you or a bone, a broken bone heals, right? Your broken bone's inside of you. You get it set. And normally in most situations, you will go back and it will start knitting itself together. Are you every night concentrating on that? Not necessarily. You can. That might help love that bone to being more energetic and providing it with more love and assistance. Yes, you can do that. By all means, talk to your body in a very positive way. And don't say, oh, why did you get broken? That was bad. That might come up in the beginning like, oh, wow, that hurts, right? But then as you move forward and you calm down, then you can sort of take assessment of it and go, oh, it's going to get better. It is going to heal, you see. So there's a bit of magic, we would say, with the body there that you forget you have. And we would like you to tune into that and not always assume that what you're doing isn't working, because it doesn't appear instant. Things take time a little bit. There is instant healings, but we would say many of you are have to make sense of your healing. In other words, something has to happen to give you a clue. So the body will provide that for you, but stay in a positive state. Use the technology of the modern medicine field to be a benefit to you. And know that not everything around you is going to hurt you, that you can navigate this system. And we say this with much love to each and every one of you. And that is our message for you today, is to explore your options, to allow your true being to come forward, your true power. And we honor each and every one of you, and we love you very much. Namaste. Whew. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Have a good week.